So, as with the first time, he was just saying, yeah, you're gonna hate this level, there are lots of bungee zombies. Also lots of chompers. Oh, by the way, I think I found out what the difference is between the fight against Dr. Zomboss in the adventure and the minigame version. I think the difference is that he has twice as many hit points in the minigame version. I wonder which version you face in the Crazy Dave adventure. The lower HP version or the higher HP version. Probably shouldn't have layered that one before putting them in other columns. Or other rows. Ugh. I mean, it's way too late to start this now, but I should have had a counter going of how many times I confused those two words. Row and column. It might be in the triple digits by now, I don't know. You see, when you have lots of fans, when you have lots of people who watch your videos, then a lot of times there will be at least one person who will go back and through all the videos and do that. But I don't have many fans, so I'm not expecting that somebody's going to do that. I should not... yeah, I should be advancing, not retreating. So that I can retreat later in the level when I need to. So, now I have a problem when I'm trying to advance. Oh, thank you, that helped. Don't play with your food, just eat it. You know, like Weird Al sings. It's just such a wonderful feeling when you've heard that chewing noise for so long to hear it stop. Well, that pumpkin's probably going to get eaten soon. Okay, now this is better. Now I have another... Now I have another column on them. If I could get another one, that would be even better. That might have been unnecessary. I somehow forgot about the fact that they were going to get chomped, or some of them were. At this point, I don't know how much more I can say about this strategy. I feel like I've said either everything or almost everything that there is to be said. But, you know, I have to say something, so I might as well say something marginally useful. See, when the ladder zombies come is really when you need to have your chompers like 2 and 3 deep. When you really need to pay attention to which pumpkins are not doing so well. Well, I have them 4 deep now. At least for the time being. Zombies are probably going to eat some of them soon. Of course, I could just blow them up. No, that's a lie. Because the pumpkins will only come at a certain rate, and it's not going to be much different from the rate at which they're being eaten. Well, I just wasted that. What just got eaten? Oh, probably just a stray flower pot. Okay, I didn't waste that one. Alright, most of those are going to get eaten. Don't care about that one too much. Ah! Okay. Lots and lots of zombies now. Too bad the chompers themselves really can't take much damage. Okay, now is when you want to have that. This is why I made it a point to start advancing earlier in the stage. So that there's that extra column here for more chompers. And by column, I really do mean column this time. It's also good to keep some cherry bombs handy to dislodge ladders. How did that pumpkin disappear? Did I just never have one there? Maybe the zombies used ladders. Wait, what the... That was not where I meant to plant it. Just occurred to me, I wondered why where the name Venus Flytrap came from. Maybe people thought it was just so strange it must be from another planet? That's my guess. But all life that we know of comes from Earth, so not really. It's still a funny name, though. Oh, that was a good one. We'll be using cherry bombs more often as the stage goes on because the zombies will come in greater numbers and greater numbers clump together, and we all know that makes for better explosions. Or more productive explosions. And of course, the biggest wave of them all comes now. A couple well-placed cherry bombs, and it's suddenly a lot smaller. I feel like I got more cherry bombs than usual this time around. That one in the top lane. Chumped the zombie just before it got blown up. Okay, now this is where Crazy Dave gives a whole lot of useful plants. In fact, these are all useful. Yeah, what the hell? Let's use cob cannons here. It's not like I need that many special plants. And if I'm going to be using cob cannons, I should probably have a twin sunflower. I'm pretty particular about the order of these plants, as you can see. Alright, is that everything I need? Yeah, I think so. Once again, I'm not quite going to fit 4 stages into 40 minutes, because these are very long. Could be that I will not finish this in, you know, one session after this one. But maybe I will. So, I'm guessing that for a lot of you guys, this is coming to the end of school. For me, well, I unfortunately haven't been working, and if I were working, well, most workplaces other than schools don't have summer vacation, so it wouldn't be much different for me. Anyway, one thing that I hope it does mean around here is maybe my mom will cook a little more often, because she is a very good cook, but she's had so much work to do this year that she, you know, she just comes home exhausted every day. Of course, ideally I would like to be on my own pretty soon, but depends largely on the vagaries of the market and whether there are jobs open. I mean, I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but there are a lot more lawyers out there these days than there are jobs for us. And that's largely a fault of the law schools enrolling too many students and not caring so much about whether those students get jobs. I mean, I don't usually talk about this kind of stuff on my channel, but it's had a very big impact on my life, obviously. And if you look in, you know, most major papers have run a story on it at one point about the flood of law school graduates and the relative dearth of jobs. Dearth, that just means like low number or lack. See, I give vocabulary lessons. I had an English teacher in 8th grade who, like, the vocabulary lessons were like the funniest part of the class. Most teachers just kind of, you know, grind through them because they have to. But this teacher would actually make them really funny. Except sometimes I wonder, like, it could be that one other boy and I were the ones who got most of the jokes, and then the other people in the class were just like, huh? maybe more people did get it. Yeah, so there's been for a couple of years it was just ridiculous. It was like the number of more and more lawyers were being laid off from big firms, and yet the number of graduates from the number of law school graduates was increasing rather than the other way around. Good thing I brought twin sunflowers. I didn't think of that, but I am having to give up a couple of them in favor of umbrella leaves. Probably only plant a couple cob cannons because I just don't have the time to plant more. Also because I don't really need more on this stage. So if I calculated the time correctly, it is 35 seconds for a cob cannon to load another missile once you've fired one. That's, I think, from the time that you click the target to the time that the next one is available. I didn't quite get that guy. Oh well. Yeah, there was an interesting op-ed in the New York Times today about how we can make law school less expensive, and some of the stuff that was in there, like, I didn't know, but the American Bar Association, which is this big trade group for lawyers in this country, it sets the standards, like what a law school has to do to be accredited. There's too many of you guys. Let's fix that. That was satisfying. And according to this op-ed, you can't, you could have a law school, and it could be a perfectly good law school, but it wouldn't meet the standards for accreditation because it has to be like the teachers have to, the professors have to, like, a certain number of them have to be tenure track, and you have to have this many, this much library space, and you have to have, like, a certain amount of time for the professors to go off and do research and blah, blah, blah. And all of these things make the school more expensive to run, which of course means that tuition is higher. So you don't have the choice of being at a less expensive law school. Okay, they didn't put any up right near my cob cannons. That's good. Okay, you know what? I may not do another stage because I can already tell that my computer is not responding very well here. Yeah, I'm not going to do another stage because I can see the signs of the deterioration of the performance right now. Alright, Thinker2112, over and out. Bye.